Hello, Aaron Weber here again with a great first month as personified by the rank of Senior Director. Now first a review. We've gone through things like Fast Start and Director Lifestyle Bonus and other features of the compensation plan at the front end that are powerful, that are there for you, that are useful. This presentation shows you how to use those features like Fast Start and Director Lifestyle Bonus. Helps you see the value of starting as manager, setting that pattern of duplication and encouraging and helping others to do likewise. Now we'll see what all that means in practice, all of that waving our hands in the air in theory and learning. What does that mean in terms of an actual structure, and see the value that accrues to you and therefore to others. You can offer it to them as we go forward. What do we do now? Well, we need to learn and practice, sustain, and be good at the core competence, and that is making and sustaining manager. That is the key element of the Unicity compensation plan. It's a skill that you want to get very good at. You will get very good at because you'll do it each month, and you'll find and help others do that exact same thing. You're to do, then teach, then help do that thing. What you do, you help others do. It's a very simple duplication process. As a consequence of that, you'll move from manager through the ranks to director and beyond. When you understand the power of that fundamental core competence, and you help and teach others do that exact same thing, your business will know no bounds. Let me give you an example. This is taken from a real example of a real person. It can, and therefore, as a consequence, is done. It's a great first month. It's outstanding. It's solid. It's not necessarily easy, but certainly is achievable as it has been in the past. Let's look at how you may start a first month as a senior director or above. Here is you. You bring in 4 people, A and B and C and D. They do what you've done. They come in as a buy-it manager. A begins to duplicate you even more. You and A are working together, and you find A1 and A2 and A3. Guess what? A1, 2, and 3 do what A did, which is what you did. That duplication occurs very, very naturally. A is going to end up as a senior manager. Depending on the volumes that are there, they may also cross the threshold of being director, but for now we'll demonstrate them as a senior manager. B does likewise, not quite as productive in terms of either time or skill set or application, whatever the case may be, and brings in 2 people. But that pattern of duplication is there. B is also ends the month as a senior manager. C just brings in 1 other. Great, the duplication has begun. It's a nice pattern to begin. Ends the month at manager, maybe senior manager, depending on what the volumes are, etc. And then D just comes in as a manager, with maybe brought in late in the month, whatever the case may be. You're naturally a senior director. All you did there was come in as manager and find and help others do the exact same thing, and then help them do the exact same thing again. Simple, simple process. And that's as complicated as the business gets. That's as complicated as the business needs to get. That's the core competence. That's the fundamental building block. Now, what does this mean in terms of dollars in return? Well, here's our pattern. Here's you and A and B and C and D again. This should be familiar to you. The dollars from that effort now are the Fast Start on level 1. You get paid 30% times those 4 people each doing $1,000. 1,000 points rather is $1,200 of return. And then A does that duplication, as does B, as does C, as we showed previously. Well, Fast Start level 2, you get paid 5% times those 6 people times 1,000 points. That's a $300. A and B and C are doing most of the hands-on work, but you're there being of assistance, guiding and helping, and probably present for most of those presentations. You've trained the trainer such they can do the work. They get the 30%, you get the 5%. Total of $1,500. You've now got a positive return on investment. You probably spent less than that in terms of your manager order. And so in this business model, you can demonstrate and can achieve not only a positive return on investment, but also get your initial investment back, all inside that very first month. Very impressive from a business model's perspective. But that's not all, because in order to understand the real power of the plan, you need to understand what's already waiting for you next month. If you sustain this, and you've got A, B, C, and D, and A1, 2, and 3, B1 and 2, and C1, all working together with their own economic self-interest, which is magically and powerfully aligned with yours and theirs. When you have economic alignment, great things occur. All these people are then working in month number 2 to sustain and grow what you've got. When that occurs, not if, but when that occurs, you're going to get paid out the director lifestyle bonus. In this case, you'll get paid out the director level and the senior director level because you basically just skipped the director level. That's $5,500 in total that you are paid out from your month two's effort. That's before you even get the fast starts and the overrides that would flow from the volume that you would build. So you're probably going to be at $6,500, $700, $7,500 in month number 2, plus that $1,500 in month number 1. That's $9,000 over the course of 2 months from a $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 investment. You can begin to see the power of this, and this is not unique to you. This exact same opportunity exists for all your people. So as you go and do this by building with the core competence of making and sustaining manager, finding and helping others do the exact same thing, you can see the power of the duplication that begins to exist. So in summary, all you did was make and sustain manager and find and help others do that exact same thing. You, as a consequence of that, skipped director and became senior director in this particular example. Now, life isn't always this linear and clear-cut, but imagine the possibilities if you get that distinctive core competence down and you help others find and do that. And you compound that effort as you go through month 1 and 2 and 3 on your three-year career path. Getting $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $9,000 over that first month or 2 begins to reaffirm that decision you made to join with Unicity, certainly puts a spring in your step, and sets a pattern of duplication at a higher level again that your people will want to and will follow. And you'll be able to help them do so because you're the most qualified person to do so because you've just done what you're helping them do. So imagine the possibilities as that compounding occurs in your business and in your life. So, simply put, what are your goals in this regard and how can we help? That is what we're here to do. Help you with your goals in the context and powerful model that we have here at Unicity.